So what I want to talk about today with the Comma Club, what we try to do a lot of times is, or what I try to do is, of course, it's called the Comma Club because we want to make money in business. You know, to kind of give you an alternate way to view how to go about your business. So a lot of the things in the Comma Club that we start with is the mindset. So a lot of the things don't be, well, some of the stuff is about actual business practices. But before we can get to that, I feel like a lot of it starts with the way that you think. It starts with your mindset. So I'm on the move today. But I didn't want to let too much time go before I made another video. I can't show y'all really what I'm doing today because it's not ready, which kind of goes into the topic of today, which is manifesting quietly. Manifesting quietly, because I feel like I see a lot of business people make mistakes and they set themselves up for a lot of things that don't have to be.
Before anybody else believes in your dream, you have to believe in yourself. When the whole world is against you, do you still believe in that dream? Are you prepared to go against all lies to get it? Are you? Welcome to the Comma Club.
So the first key that I want to talk about on why you should manifest quietly is to give yourself time to formulate your thoughts. You know, when you have a business, you're in the test phase. You know, you got to take your business through the test phase. It's gold in that test phase. You know, you're like a scientist a lot of these times. A lot of entrepreneurs, we're like scientists because we actually don't know if the business is going to work. We really don't know. So the reason why you want to manifest quietly is so that you can give yourself time and allow yourself a time period to do your testing. You know, you want to make sure that before you bring your idea out to the public, that it's a full thought out idea, or that, you know, you've given yourself time to really understand a clear direction. Sometimes if you're in the middle of an idea and you want to go this way or you want to go another direction, you'll lose your public. You'll lose your support that you did have, because then it's just going to make you seem like you're unorganized. You know, but you want to formulate your thoughts all the way first. I see a lot of people just come out with stuff. Then when you have that idea and you in the laboratory, you want to test it. You want to test it on a small control group. They call it market research. Companies do it all the time. They don't tell you that they do it, but they do it and they pay you for it. Now, if you don't want to pay people for it, you have to get some trusted individuals who you trust, who will tell you the truth about your product. So if you are in a space where you're opening up a restaurant, cook some items. Let them know how it tastes. You know, let them tell you how it tastes. Let them tell you how it feels and what can be changed. That's what I mean by it's gold in the laboratory phase. And don't take that for granted. But make sure you have a controlled group of individuals. Like if I'm just starting out, so I can't pay people for market research, you get you a controlled group of individuals who you trust to tell you the truth about their product, about your product. You test that product, and then you go back to the lab and you make corrections, or you add it and you come up with something else. But it's gold in that laboratory stage. You know, even with myself, before I put out these videos, This is probably and I haven't even released these to the public yet, but I've come up with probably about 8 videos thus far. And then I let my girlfriend look at them. I let my parents take a look at them. I let my brothers take a look at them. And if I don't like them, or if I don't like the way that the message came off, or if I missed something that was key that I should have said, then I go back and I redo the whole video. Why? Because I'm testing it. Before I let it out to the public, before you guys see these videos would have been looked at over 1,000 times. Over 1,000 times. Maybe not exactly 1,000. But they've been looked at quite a few times. I've went back, I've edited them, I've corrected them so many times to where before it goes out to the public, it's a clear thought. And it's an understandable thought that many people can understand. You know, just because it sounds good to me, or just because I think I know what I'm talking about, that message may not be conveyed to the public, or it may not be delivered to the public in the manner in which that I foresee. So I got to go back, I got to test, and if I have to redo the video and scrap it, I've done plenty of videos and I've just scrapped them. I have 8 videos, well, 7 videos, this would be the 8th, but I have 7 done. But I've scrapped about probably the same amount of videos, especially before I was, before I really had a clear vision on what I wanted to do and what I wanted to say. Some stuff I left out. I forgot to say this. So I go back and I do the video all over again and remember to say that key point. Which goes into my next theory, which is don't fall in love with the attention. And I want to spend a lot of time on this part because we live in a day and age where we yearn, or people yearn for attention. And I've been a victim of this as well. This is why I'm able to tell you this because I have experience doing this and it doesn't work. And the reasons why it doesn't work is because people fall in love with the attention. So for example, it's a reason why people like Jay-Z or Beyonce nowadays, they don't tell you that they're recording an album. They just put the album out. Don't fall in love with the attention, man. Let it be known through your marketing what you're doing. Like movies. Movies don't tell you they're filming. Movies film for years. And they don't tell you they're filming a movie or coming out with a movie until they have a preview. If you don't have a preview of what you're doing, then why are you letting people know you're in business? Now, you have to ask yourself, why are you doing that? It's the attention. You want to feel good about yourself. You are very, very excited. You formulated an idea, maybe not all of the thoughts behind the idea, but you formulated an idea and you're excited about it, and you want other people to be excited about it as well. But I don't think that all the way works for you. Give yourself time to formulate your idea. Get in the lab. Make sure it's a fully thought out idea. You know where you want to go with that idea. Don't fall in love with the intention enough of letting that product out of the laboratory before it's ready. So most of us just want to feel good. Most of us live in the day and age of the Instagram and all this attention grabbing. But I don't think that that's the best practice. I think you need to focus in those beginning stages on what you're trying to do, and then let the marketing speak for you. But you have to allow yourself time to correct without criticism. And when you just let it out prematurely, you're allowing others into your world, and that could actually throw off your thoughts. That could actually throw off your intent on whatever your business is. So I just think before you go into business, and I know you're excited, I'm excited for you, but don't let it out too soon. Don't let the cat out the bag too soon before you have a chance to kind of gauge where people are and let the marketing speak for yourself. Letting the cat out the bag and just getting a EIN number or just getting your license is not enough for people to believe that you are a serious business person, because those are literally the first stages of business. And then my final reason for today in this video on why you need to manifest quietly, and this may be the most important, you need to guard your energy. You need to guard your energy. Wait until it's nothing. Wait until the probability is in your favor. Because what if you come out with an idea that's a new idea, you bring it out prematurely, you don't allow yourself time. But me, I may see your idea, and we live in a world now where everybody's so thirsty to make a splash, somebody could take your idea. Now that's gonna throw your energy all off. Now instead of being in a creative mindset, you're in a get back mindset. You're in the mindset of, okay, I gotta rush to put this out before somebody else, takes my idea, or before this person takes my idea. Wait until you're too far along for anybody to take it. And that and that's patience. But you have to guard your energy. So now you're going against energy versus criticism, because you're going to be criticized. And after you have a well thought out idea, you've tested this idea, then at that time it's okay to make adjustments, because you have a great foundation to build on. But when you have a new idea and you're trying to manifest this idea, you have to guard your energy. Some businesses people like it off top. Some businesses people do it take them a little time. But during that time period, you can't get down on yourself. You have to remain confident. And the way to do that is, if you let it out to the world, you're going to get 1 million people saying that they don't like it. Now they're talking about your credibility as a person, as a businessman, and that could hurt you in the end. Now that type of stuff could happen anyway. But at least you've done everything that you possibly can. But you got to guard. You've done everything that you possibly can to build a solid enough foundation to where it doesn't affect your energy. But I know we all have come with ideas. Oh, I want to go be a truck driver. And people come up with 1 million reasons why you should not be a truck driver. People come up with a bunch of, it's dangerous. I remember when I came up with the idea to be a truck driver and actually drive the tanks. The first thing a lot of people said was, oh, that's dangerous. You'll be hauling fuel. And I had to ask people, when the last time you heard of a fuel truck exploding? And they thought about it like, well, I haven't. Well, shut up then. Basically, like, if you haven't thought, yeah, it could happen, but you could go to work in a building and the building fall, or the ceiling fall on your head, or you whatever the case may be. It's 1 million reasons not to do something. It's a danger in everything that we do, but you shouldn't let other people's energy fall on you, because once it falls on you, and it starts with a thought, just like those positive thoughts, it starts with a thought, and it can affect you. So you want to make sure that you're guarding your energy before you let it out to the public. Anything that I do, like what I'm doing now, I typically don't let people know what it is I'm doing. I just go do it. And then by the time they look up, oh, I want to be a truck driver. Well, it's dangerous. Well, I already own 2 trucks. I'm already owning 2 trucks. I've been driving secretly for 6 months to a year. Now I'm an owner operator, and now I have a business. Now I have an account. Now those people are going to say, well, I mean, you're already doing it. And we all have been in situations just like that, where you do stuff and it may not have been intentional, but you do stuff and you've been doing it for a little while, and people come up with their preconceived notions of what you're doing, and they throw their insecurities all on your idea, but it's already too far along in your head where you already know it's going to work. Your business, your new business, is the same exact way. Just like when Kanye wanted to go from being a rapper to making clothes, and nobody would let him in the door. Nobody would tell him, you know, oh, everybody was telling him, you should stick to music. You're a rapper. And he said no. He was confident enough in himself to say, no, I want to be in that fashion world. You have to guard your energy, because that energy gives you the confidence to know that your idea or your plan is going to work. Your confidence comes from your plan. Your confidence comes from doing it long enough and having patience and the wherewithal to know, okay, if I keep doing this is going to work. However, if you let the idea out prematurely, that confidence hasn't built up yet, because now you think, oh, this person knows more than me. I have people, when I went into the finance business, oh, I tried that. Well, did you get a license? Well, no, I didn't get a license. Then you weren't even able to get clients, so how did you try it? It's impossible to try finance without a license. It's impossible to drive without a license. If you thought about all the reasons why you shouldn't drive a car from somebody who did not have a license, you would probably think driving is dangerous, and driving is dangerous, but we all drive every day. So if that same person is having a conversation with someone that drives every day and they say, hey, driving is dangerous, you might not want to get your license. Well, I drive every day. You sound crazy. I drive every day. It's more efficient. Yeah, I'm going to take a chance. Driving is dangerous, but I'm going to take that chance so I can be more efficient. I can get things done faster. Business is the same way. Guard your energy with everything in you. And that may be the most important step in this. Like, subscribe, comment, share. I'm going to try to keep coming out with more content. As I move throughout my course and my journey, I'm going to bring you into some of the stuff. But just like I've been talking about here, what I'm doing today is not ready to be out to the public yet. But in due time, I will let you know kind of what I'm doing and how I'm doing. Right now, I'm stuck in traffic. It's that Chicago traffic for you. It's just made noon. And this traffic is like rush hour, but it is what it is.